Now, we are joined now by Professor Edmond Tayao, President and CEO of Political Economic Elemental Researchers and Strategies for Peers, to talk about the recent political developments. Good morning, Prof. Thanks for joining us again.
Good morning. Good morning to all your viewers.
Alright, so I'm assuming nakita niyo na po yung pag-release po ng SALN ng ating mga senador. What is the significance of this, no? Itong mga senador na to na voluntarily releasing their SALNs?
Well, it's not like they have much of a choice with the current political temperature. I'm inclined to think any senator, any public official, especially an elected official at that, would really find advisable not to release their SALN. Otherwise, it would give the impression that they're hiding something.
Yes.
On the other hand, siguro kailangan ding pag-isipan, no, especially by policymakers. Unfortunately, the ones who are going to make the policies are also the same people, no. But we also have to go beyond the SALN, for example, because for obvious reasons, when you do a lifestyle check, and it doesn't match, no, the reported SALN, then it gives you the impression that there's something different. So walang pinag-iba yung ang tawag dito, requirement of concrete evidence when you prosecute someone, no, an individual, and to be able to do this would require was this concrete materials like the SALN. So hindi yan for show lang. Kailangan talagang magamit ng maayos yan.
But Prof, for most of the senators, it provided clarity, with regards to yung SALNs. But for some, it gave confusion. Case in point, Senator Chis Escudero declared SALN of 18 million. Ngayon, if you take a look at his SALN, nakalagay doon yung several properties that were not included because it was declared as inheritance. Ang understanding ko, pag inheritance, kailangan yung may valuation yun, Prof. So, what do you make of Chis Escudero, Senator Escudero's declaration of 18 million?
Siguro maganda tanungin mo na yung abogado niya diyan, no? Kasi depende sa alam mo kasi yung pag-entry ng mga detalye, syempre may mga technicalities yan, no? So sa madalit sabi, whatever the justification is can only come from them, no? So I couldn't agree with you more, no, that any and all property, whether inherited or acquired, no, sa intindi ko, kasi in and out of government din ako, and then nire-require talaga yan,
yes,
no, kailangan kasama yan. So hindi as far as the reasoning of Senator Chis is concerned, it's best to ask him personally, or probably his lawyer who advised him to distinguish one from the other.
Right. And we were joined yesterday by another political analyst, Malu Tequia, and she stated that it is also important that the previous SALNs should be released to provide clear comparison
Exactly.
of their wealth. Do you agree with that?
Yes, definitely. Because you have to, have a sense of progression, no? Because this will also allow you to match whether the current salary of any person, for that matter, senator or whoever, no, can match, no, new acquisitions, no, especially when it comes to property, no. Kung imposibleng after 1 year makapag-acquire ka ng ganito and you're earning only this much,
right,
that definitely will raise red flags.
And Prof, with regards to the House of Representatives, they have still yet to release their SALNs collectively, no? Meron individuals who have done it. Why do you think they're delaying this?
Baka naman hindi sila nagde-delay, no? Kasi anong buwan na ngayon, October, kung hindi ako nagkakamali, by this time talagang Senado na ang busy, especially when it comes to budget hearings. At saka siguro kaya ang tingin natin delayed, kasi mas marami sila dihamak eh.
Yeah.
So yung magre-release individually ng mga 10 o 20, kung tutusin, pareho lang yan doon sa 24 na miyembro ng Senado. So hintayin lang natin ng konti. Pero yun na nga, I cannot agree more with Malus with this suggestion that was this releasing of SALN, the current SALN should also include the release of SALNs previously filed. Oh.
Okay. So yesterday po meron ng recommendation, second recommendation ng ICI doon sa mga dapat kasuhan. And this time around, we've seen several known personalities na kanila pong nire-recommenda na kasuhan, sila Senator Estrada, Villanueva, Zaldico, and others. And as I've said, this is the second time. The first one, yung mga 18 DPWH officials. So, do you think tama lang yung timing ng ginawa ng ICI ngayon, knowing that yung public clamor po ay naiinip na at sinasabing parang ang tagal naman, it's already 59, 60 days since the start of the investigation?
Mabuti sinabi mo yung number of days, no? Kasi sa totoo lang, kaya naman nagiging impatient yung tao kasi marami din nag-agitate. No? Kasi ang gustong mangyari ng ibang grupo mag-fail ang administration, and therefore if the ICI is not able to release anything that is acceptable to the public, that will give them reason to further what's this convince the public that the government has not been working and doing enough, no? Pero whether we like it or not, investigation nga ito. Anong mas gusto natin? Magpa-file tayo ng kaso na hilaw, and after a while, kita nyo na nga yung nangyari kay Napoles, ilang taon na yung binilang yan eh. Pero ano nangyari, no? Napawalang sala pa din, no? Kasi kung magfa-file ka tapos hindi naman kompleto yung mga ebidensya mo at dependent ka lang sa witnesses, and again, babalik tayo doon sa issue, bakit ba palaging nangyayari yan, no? Bukod sa simple principle that we have to understand, no? We're essentially we're following the rule of law, so to speak, no? Regardless of who you are, you have the right, no, to defend yourself. Now, having said that, kung meron kang accusation, yung burden of proof also is the one that is incumbent on the one making the accusation. Yun yung problema mo, systemic. So sa DPWH, ang tanong ko palagi, bakit pinapayagan na i-withdraw yung pera na pangbayad supposedly sa kontraktor? Kasi sa pagkakaalam ko, ang bayaran pag mga kontrata, dapat kung hindi bank to bank yan, cheque.
Exactly.
Kasi kung bank to bank or cheque, ibig sabihin may paper trail. So ang pinagtataka ko, bakit bukod tangi sa DPWH, ina-allow na ang release ng pera cash, no? So doon nagkakaproblema dahil cash, katulad ng sinasabi nung safe na senador supposedly, hindi siya tumanggap ng pera kasi may third party, kaya nga may bagman na tinatawag, no? So kailangan nating intindihin yon, kasi kapag dependent sa witness, lalo na tumatagal yung proseso ng investigasyon, tapos ifa-file mo yan, tatagal yung paglilitis. So habang tumatagal, the witness becomes vulnerable also to outside forces.
That's right.
No? So nawawala ngayon si witness, humihina ngayon yung kaso. So in this particular regard, I'm inclined to think that those identified by the ICI, ito na yung mga kaso na wala ka na halos kailangan patunayan. Kasi pag sinabi mo ghost project, for example, automatic, no? Nakapag-report ka, nakakubra ka, nabayaran ka, pero wala yung project. So, prima facie yun kung tawagin. No? So, yun ang rason kung bakit nauna ito. But I'm inclined to think that this is not the first and last batch. last but not the least, again, going back to the process of rule of law. And again, perhaps it's best to also invite a litigation lawyer in this regard. No, ang tawag dito, when you are not able to provide, no, ang tawag dito, a very solid evidence, no, bakit ka pa magfa-file? So yun din ang rason kung bakit yung mga, kasi ang problema natin yung trial of publicity, no? Trial by publicity, bale, no? Hindi ka pa sigurado kung meron talagang kinalaman si Mario o si Juan, pero nabalita na kagad na ay ito si Mario at si Juan ay mga korap yan, no? Gusto mo na kagad makulong si Mario at si Juan. Yun ang rason kung bakit nagiging impatient yung mga tao. But again, take note, it's good that you took note that we have not yet even spent 2 months, no? So if you're going to ask me if we follow an objective vantage point in this regard, no, an objective look, I'm inclined to think that the ICI has been able to do a good job, no? Kasi meron nang mapa-file na kaso in only less than 2 months of work. Again, but I'm not saying magaling talaga o maayos talaga yung ICI. I'm still hoping, no, that the pending legislations in both houses of Congress to make it more to equip the ICI better, no, and really quote unquote make it independent, no, dapat mapasa pa din yan, no? So sa madalit sabi sa akin, simula pa lang to, and hopefully before the year ends we can see more, no? And let's find out whether those names that have been demonized already by public opinion, especially by sinister interest, no, will actually come out there, no, as actually involved in the whole scheme of
sabi
things.
nga nila,
Yeah.
Prof, nauna pa daw yung kulungan kaysa sa filing of cases.
Ayun na nga, alam mo, manganganak yung discussion natin. Meron pang nagsasabi na bumabagsak yung ekonomiya natin. Ako simple lang, no? Kaya bumabagsak yung ekonomiya na sinasabi nila kasi kasama yan doon sa paninira ng gobyerno. Simple lang, no, para hindi tayo magtagal. Noong 2018-2019, we breached the 70 pesos per liter sa gas. No, I'm sure even an economist will agree. Basic measure ng economic situation ang pump price ng oil. Nagkaroon tayo ng Iran war somewhat 1-2 months ago, if you remember. We did not breach the 60 pesos per liter. So what does that tell you? The management of our economy, inflation and all, no, has been, to my mind, no, really well done. So bakit mo sasabihin na tumataas ang presyo, na humihirap ang buhay? Yung investor confidence kasama yan, no? Pero hindi ibig bang sabihin yung mga investment na nandito na umaalis na? Ang gusto kasi nilang mangyari magkagulo talaga tayo, no? So yun ang rason kung bakit we really have to be very objective with very high profile and controversial issues like what the ICI is doing.
Well, we understand, most of us can understand that all of this needs the rule of law, needs patience, and things like this take time. But there's also on the other side, also several surveys have come out that the growing sentiment among middle class, which we all know middle class is the trigger point of any movement towards the government, is that they're already very impatient. So what do you think needs to happen in the next few months? Because Maluti Kia said that by November, if something solid is not formed from the ICI or any cases are filed, she thinks that might be the start of something.
Alam mo kasi, simple lang yung sinusundan na logic, especially yung mga gustong magkaroon ng EDSA ulit. Pag natapos na yung tag-ulan at taglamig na, no, madali mo nang makumbinsi yung mga tao at madali ka nang gumawa ng paraan, no, para magkaroon ulit ng maraming tao sa EDSA, no. Kaya ang opening palagi is between November to February. Kaya pag tiningnan mo yung EDSA 1 and 2, nangyari yung isa February, nangyari yung isa end of January. Kasi yan yung period. Kaya sinasabi nila, pag walang nangyari, magagalit yung mga tao, pupunta na naman sa EDSA kasi yun talaga yung gusto nilang mangyari. Ngayon, kung ako naman ang tatanungin ninyo, again, we really have to be very objective. And kaya nga nagagalit yung tao kasi kumbaga binubuyo mo pa na magalit, no? Pero on the other hand, eto na nga, meron ng initial na result si ICI. And again, I don't think tapos na yung trabaho ng ICI at tuloy-tuloy ito. Iba pa yung iniimbestigahan ng ni Secretary Vince sa DPWH. Iba pa yung gagawin ng Ombudsman. So hindi pa ito tapos.
Yeah.
No? And yung November na timetable, I think bago pa matapos yung November, marami pang mangyayari, no? So but essentially the reason why we keep on hearing this and that is precisely because yun na nga, they're agitating the public, binubuyo nila yung publiko kasi yung mga several attempts nila starting last September 21 to get as much people on the streets and call for resignation, hindi nga nagmamaterialize. So that's why, constant dapat na ini-inform natin yung publiko. And on the part of the government naman, kailangan talaga nilang, they really have to shape up and, those responsible for this mess should really be made accountable the soonest possible time.
Well, these recommendations from the ICI ay nasa bola naman na ng ombudsman.
Yeah,
diba?
but for now,
Exactly. Exactly.
Thank you for your time and insights, Professor Edmund Tayao, President and CEO of
Salamat
PIERS.
po.
Thank you.